How to start a new life, achieve your dreams. Have you ever found yourself standing at a crossroads in life, feeling lost, uncertain, or overwhelmed by the thought of starting anew? Have you ever dreamed of something bigger, something greater, but doubted whether you have what it takes to make it happen? I'm here to tell you this: the power to start a new life, to achieve your dreams, to become the person you've always longed to be, it's inside you. Right now, you may not feel like it's possible. You may even feel like the weight of your past is too heavy to shake off. But trust me, it is possible, and you are more than capable. Let me ask you, what's holding you back? Fear? Doubt? The past? Or is it the belief that this version of your life is all you deserve? If so, it's time to break free from those chains. It's time to reclaim your future and design the life you truly want to live. We're going to walk through how to start a new life and achieve the dreams that have been living in your heart all along. We'll break it down into practical steps, motivational insights, and stories of others who were in your shoes and overcame. So, are you ready to start your new life? Let's dive in. No one. The power of a new beginning. The first step is believing it's possible. We've all heard it a million times. The first step to any goal, to any dream, is belief. But what does belief really mean? It's not just about wishing or hoping. It's about a deep knowing, a certainty in your heart that it's possible. And here's the truth. Belief is the key that unlocks your potential. Without it, you're stuck in neutral, unable to move forward. So why do so many of us struggle with believing? Well, it's because we've built up a lot of limiting beliefs over the years. We've convinced ourselves of certain stories that hold us back. It's too late for me, I'm not good enough, or my circumstances will always define me. We repeat these stories over and over in our minds until they become so real that we stop even trying to change our lives. But what if you stopped believing those stories? What if, instead of seeing yourself as stuck, you started seeing yourself as the author of your own story? Imagine rewriting your narrative. What if today could be the first day of the rest of your life? It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what your past looks like. You are never too late to start. There's no expiration date on your dreams. I'm going to prove it to you. Let me tell you the story of someone who is a living testament to this idea. J.K. Rowling, the woman who created one of the most successful book series in history, wasn't always the successful author we know today. In fact, her story almost didn't happen at all. She was a single mother living on welfare. She was struggling just to make ends meet. But despite everything, she had this dream. She had a story she wanted to share with the world. She poured her heart and soul into writing Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, and when it was finished, she began sending it out to publishers. Do you know how many times her manuscript was rejected? 12? That's right. 12 different publishing houses told her no, that her book wasn't good enough. Now, imagine if she had given up after the first rejection, or after the second, or after the 10th. Imagine if she'd told herself, it's too late, I'm not good enough, no one is ever going to want to read this. But J.K. Rowling didn't give up. She kept going, she kept believing in herself even when no one else did. And then one publisher took a chance on her. That book became a global phenomenon. She didn't let rejection define her. She didn't let her circumstances tell her what she could or couldn't do. She rewrote her story, and look at what happened. Her success is not unique. It's one of many stories of people who started with nothing and turned their lives around. People who believed, despite the odds, that they could do more, be more, and achieve more. The power of belief in everyday life. But you don't have to be a billionaire author or a famous celebrity to understand the power of belief. Look at the people around you, the people who turned their passion into a career, who overcame huge setbacks, or who made incredible transformations in their lives. These people aren't special. They're regular people, just like you and me. What makes them different is that they decided to believe in the possibility of change. They believed that their dream, no matter how impossible it seemed, was worth chasing. Think about the times in your life when you've succeeded. Maybe you landed a job you didn't think was possible. Maybe you finally learned a new skill or achieved a personal goal that felt out of reach. In those moments, what did you have? Belief. You believed you could do it, and you did. The power of letting go of limiting beliefs. So, what's holding you back right now? What limiting beliefs are you telling yourself that are keeping you stuck? Is it fear of failure? Fear of what others might think? Or maybe, like many of us, you're just afraid that it's too late, that you've missed your chance. But here's the truth. The only thing that is too late is when you stop trying. The only thing that can truly hold you back is the story you tell yourself about why you can't do something. It's time to let go of that story. You can rewrite your narrative at any moment. You have the power to change your direction, to take that first step, to believe that anything is possible for you. I want to leave you with this thought. What if today was the day you decided to believe in yourself fully? What if you stopped waiting for the perfect moment and started right now? You don't have to wait for everything to be perfect, for everything to fall into place. Start where you are with what you have and take one step forward. There is no expiration date on your dreams. No matter where you are in life, no matter what challenges you face, it is never too late to begin. The first step is believing that it's possible. Once you believe, you'll find that the rest will follow. So, what's your story going to be? Will you continue to let fear and doubt hold you back, or will you take the leap of faith and start writing the next chapter of your life today? The choice is yours. Now go out there and believe in your dreams. You've got this. No. 2, overcoming fear and self-doubt. Fear is the enemy of progress. Let's talk about fear for a moment. We've all felt it. Whether it's standing on the edge of a big decision or facing something new, fear is that voice that says, stay safe, stay comfortable, stay where it's easy. It whispers, what if you fail? What if things don't turn out the way you expect? But here's the thing, fear often masquerades as logic. We think we're just being cautious or rational, but in reality, fear is just an emotion designed to protect us. The problem is sometimes it overprotects us. It keeps us in our comfort zones and prevents us from reaching our full potential. Think about it. Have you ever wanted to do something, but that little voice in your head told you, you're not good enough, or it's too risky? Every day you're going to talk yourself out of your path. Maybe you've dreamed of starting your own business, but the fear of failure held you back. Or maybe there's a creative project you've been putting off because you're worried people won't like it. It's all fear talking. But here's the truth. The only way to break free from fear is to move through it. Let me give you a real-life example. Take a moment and think about the most successful people you know, whether it's someone in business, entertainment, or even in your personal life. They didn't get to where they are by avoiding fear. They faced it over and over again. They walked through it. Take Oprah Winfrey, for example. She's a media mogul, philanthropist, and a household name. But she didn't start off as a confident, successful woman. She faced rejection early in her career. In fact, she was told she wasn't fit for television. Imagine how different the world would be if she had listened to that voice of fear and gave up. But she didn't. She embraced fear, pushed through, and became one of the most influential people in the world. You don't have to be Oprah to face your own fears. You don't have to be a billionaire or a celebrity to achieve greatness. All you need is the courage to take that first step. So how do we actually move beyond fear? Let's break it down. Step 1, acknowledge the fear. The first step is to admit that you're afraid. I know, it sounds simple, but we often try to ignore fear or push it aside. We tell ourselves, I shouldn't be scared, or this is silly. But fear isn't something we can just wish away. The key is to accept it and understand that it's normal. Every single person who's ever done something amazing felt fear at some point. Ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? What's the worst that could happen? Often, when we stop and break it down, the answer isn't as bad as we thought. Maybe you're afraid of starting that business because you're worried it'll fail. But what if it doesn't? What if it's the best thing you ever did? Let's say you're afraid of public speaking. That fear can be paralyzing, right? But what's the worst case scenario? Maybe you make a mistake? So what? The world isn't going to end, and most people will forget about it in a few minutes anyway. The point is, you took action. You moved through the fear, and that's where growth happens. Step 2, take action. Fear thrives when we stay still. It grows when we do nothing. But when we take action, especially small, consistent actions, fear starts to shrink. It can't survive when we move forward, even if it's just a tiny step. Think about it. Have you ever sat in front of a blank page or screen, paralyzed by the idea of starting something new? You're overwhelmed, unsure of where to begin, but once you finally take that first step, whether it's writing a sentence, making a call, or doing a quick research, you realize it wasn't as hard as you thought. And the momentum builds. You don't need to tackle everything all at once. Start with just one small thing today, something simple that will take you one step closer to your goal. Maybe it's sending that email you've been putting off. Maybe it's signing up for that class. Maybe it's just telling someone your big idea. Each step, no matter how small, weakens the grip of fear. Step 3, trust the process. Here's the thing about fear. It doesn't magically disappear overnight. You can't expect to wake up one day and suddenly feel fearless. But you can expect that each time you face it, each time you take action, you will grow stronger. And over time, fear won't control you the way it did before. It will become a companion, a reminder that you're stepping into something new and exciting. Take a look at any successful person. Do you think they ever stopped feeling fear? Of course not. But they didn't let it stop them either. They learned to work through it, step by step. So think about your own life. Is there something you've been afraid of doing? Maybe it's taking a leap in your career, starting a new relationship, or chasing a dream you've put off for years. What's stopping you? The reality is, no one achieves greatness without facing fear. It's part of the process. The people who succeed are the ones who feel the fear, but move through it anyway. It's about moving forward in spite of the fear, not waiting for it to disappear first. Remember, every journey starts with the first step. It doesn't matter how small it is. What matters is that you take it. So what's your first step? What's one thing you can do today, right now, to move forward? Take that leap, do it scared, because in the end, the reward for facing your fear is always greater than the comfort of staying where you are. The only way to truly grow is to step into the unknown. And that's where the magic happens. No 3, taking responsibility for your life, your choices. We are the architects of our own lives. Every single day we make choices, big and small, that shape our future. But too often we let the world dictate our path. We allow circumstances, other people, or even fear to have more influence over us than our own dreams. But here's the truth. We have the power to choose. We decide how to respond to challenges. We decide whether to give up or push forward. We decide how we interpret setbacks, whether we see them as roadblocks or stepping stones. And the moment we truly embrace that responsibility, everything changes. Taking responsibility, the key to your power. Taking responsibility for your life doesn't mean blaming yourself for past mistakes. It's not about feeling guilty for where you are. It's about realizing that you are no longer a passive observer. You are the creator. You are in control. Think about this. How many times have you told yourself, I can't do this because of my job, or I don't have the time, or if only I had different circumstances? We all do it. It's human. But when we focus on what's stopping us, we give away our power. Let's shift that mindset. Instead of saying, I don't have time, try saying, how can I make time? Instead of saying, how can I create my own luck, try asking, how can I create my own luck? These small shifts in perspective can make a world of difference. The power of perseverance, Thomas Edison. Look at someone like Thomas Edison. He tried and failed thousands of times before he successfully created the light bulb. But did he sit back and complain? Did he say, well, I guess this just isn't meant to be? No, he took responsibility for his results. He kept going. He famously said, I have not failed. I've just found 1,0,0,0,0 ways that won't work. Now, think about your own life. What if you adopted the same mindset? What if, instead of seeing failure as the end, you saw it as a lesson? Imagine you're trying to start a new habit. Maybe you want to get in shape, build a business, or improve your relationships. You put in effort, but things don't go as planned. Do you give up? Or do you adjust, learn, and keep going? That's your choice. Everyday choices matter. Let's bring this closer to home. Imagine you're stuck in traffic on the way to work. You can either let frustration take over, getting angry at every red light, honking at slow drivers, or you can take a deep breath, accept that you can't control the traffic, and use that time to listen to an audiobook or a podcast that inspires you. Or maybe you've had a tough day. A coworker said something rude, your plans didn't work out, you feel drained. You have a choice. Do you dwell on it, letting it ruin your evening? Or do you choose to shake it off, focus on something positive, and move forward? These moments, these little choices, they add up. They shape our happiness, our success, and ultimately our lives. The turning point, no more excuses. If you've been waiting for a sign to take action, this is it. No more waiting for the perfect moment. No more excuses. No more blaming circumstances. You have everything you need right now to take one step forward. Just one. Ask yourself, what's one small thing I can do today to move toward my goal? How can I take control of my happiness, my progress, my future? What excuses have been holding me back, and how can I rewrite them into opportunities? Final takeaway, own your power. Life isn't about what happens to you, it's about how you respond to it. You have the power to shape your future. You have the ability to rise above setbacks. You are stronger than you think. So starting today, own your choices, own your dreams, own your power, because this is your life, and you are the one who gets to decide how it unfolds. Now go out there and make it happen. No fork and say goals and taking action. The roadmap to your dreams, a guide to turning vision into reality. Have you ever felt like life is passing you by? Like you're wandering aimlessly, unsure of what path to take? The truth is, without a clear destination, any road can lead you astray. But here's the good news. You have the power to design your own roadmap. Step 1, believe it's possible. Everything begins with belief. If you don't believe you can achieve something, you'll never take the steps to make it happen. Think about some of the greatest achievers in history. Oprah Winfrey, Steve Jobs, J.K. Rowling. They all faced rejection, failures, and setbacks, but they held on to an unshakable belief in their dreams. What about you? Is there something you've always wanted to do but held yourself back because of doubt? Maybe it's starting a business, pursuing a new career, or writing a book. Whatever it is, it starts with believing you can. Step 2, take responsibility for your life. It's easy to blame circumstances, past experiences, or even other people for where we are in life, but the moment you take full responsibility for your future is the moment you regain control. Consider this. If two people grow up in the same challenging environment, but one thrives while the other stays stuck, what makes the difference? It's mindset. One chooses to take control and create change, while the other lets circumstances dictate their life. Which one will you be? Step 3, set clear, actionable goals. Now that you believe in yourself and take responsibility, it's time to set goals. Think of it this way. If you were going on a road trip across the country, would you just start driving without a map? Of course not. You'd plan your route, decide on stops, and estimate how long it would take. Life is no different. Without clear goals, you'll drift through life hoping things will fall into place. But hope is not a strategy. Use the SMART method. Specific instead of saying I want to be successful. Define what success looks like. Does it mean starting a business? Losing 20 pounds? Writing a novel? Measurable. Track your progress. If your goal is to save $10,000, break it into smaller milestones, like saving $1,000 a month. Achievable. Challenge yourself, but be realistic. Setting impossible goals leads to frustration. Relevant. Your goal should align with what truly matters to you, not what society expects. Time-bound. Set deadlines. Someday is not a plan. Give yourself a time frame to stay accountable. Real-life inspiration, the story of Walt Disney. One of the most inspiring goal setters in history is Walt Disney. Did you know he was once told he lacked creativity? He faced countless failures and even lost his first company. Many would have given up, but not Walt. He had a clear vision of creating a magical world, and he worked toward it relentlessly. Imagine if he had listened to the doubters. Imagine if he had let his failures define him. There would be no Disneyland, no Mickey Mouse, no Disney Empire. But because he believed, took responsibility, and pursued his goals with unwavering determination, he changed the world. Step 4, take consistent action. Goals mean nothing without action. Even small steps can create momentum. Imagine wanting to run a marathon, but never lacing up your shoes. The first step, literally, would be walking a mile, then 2, then running. Progress builds over time. If you want to write a book, don't wait for inspiration. Write a page today. If you want to start a business, research, plan, and take the first step. No one achieves their dreams overnight. Success is built on daily habits, perseverance, and resilience. Step 5, stay focused. And adapt. Challenges will come. Roadblocks are inevitable. But obstacles don't mean failure, they mean growth. If something isn't working, adjust your approach, but don't give up on the goal itself. Think of a GPS. If you take a wrong turn, does it scream, "That's it! You'll never reach your destination"? No, it simply recalculates and finds another way. Life is the same. If one path doesn't work, find another. Now, take a moment to reflect. What's a goal you've been putting off? What's the first step you can take today? How will you stay committed even when it gets tough? You have everything you need within you to create the life you desire. The only thing standing in your way is hesitation. So today, right now, decide to take action. Dream big, set goals, and start walking toward them. Because the only way to truly fail is to never try. The power is in your hands. So here's what I want you to take away from this video. Starting a new life isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about taking action even when it feels uncertain. It's about choosing to believe that the life of your dreams is possible, no matter where you are now. It's about taking responsibility for your choices and setting a clear path forward. And most importantly, it's about taking one small step every day. Every journey is made up of small, consistent actions. As Tony Robbins says, the only limit to your impact is your imagination and commitment. It's time to break free from the past, step into your power, and start creating the life you've always dreamed of. You've got this. Now, I want you to commit to one thing today. One small action that will bring you closer to your dreams. Write it down, make it happen. And remember, you don't have to do it all at once. Just start. The rest will follow. You can achieve your dreams. You can start a new life. And it all begins right now with you.